President Donald Trump continues his rapid-fire efforts to cut billions of dollars of what he calls waste, fraud, and abuse out of the federal budget.
Yeah, but so far those efforts have had surprisingly little input from Congress, even though under the Constitution that power is supposed to fall largely to them. And one of the most powerful members of Congress when it comes to spending is Maine's own Susan Collins, the new chair of the State Appropriations Committee. In an interview with CBS 13, she expressed both support and frustration with the efforts so far. Here's CBS 13's Greg Lagerquist.
I like the idea of scrutinizing each agency and department to make sure that there isn't excessive overhead, that there's not wasteful spending, but you just can't succeed with a meat-axe approach.
As President Trump moves to slash federal spending through executive order, Maine Senator Susan Collins is blunt. She believes Congress and the Appropriations Committee need bigger roles.
We talked about the fact that since it's our committee that allocates the funding for certain programs, that what does it mean if we have Elon Musk and his team go into an agency and essentially shut it down?
She points specifically to the high-profile efforts to shut down the foreign aid agency USAID.
Certainly there's been some inappropriate and wasteful spending, and I personally think the overhead is far too high. But the fact is that the law requires consultation.
And that consultation with Congress, she says, includes the controversial federal worker buyout program, now blocked by a federal judge, which Collins believes is disruptive and possibly not legal.
And if they decide to accept the buyout and there's no plan or ability to replace them, and it's not even clear where the buyout money would come from, that creates real problems. That's not to say that there isn't waste and fraud and abuse in some federal programs, and there are programs where clearly the head count may be too high, but we also have a lot of programs where we have very dedicated federal employees, and I'm worried that they're not being allowed to do their jobs.
Senator Collins tells us she is personally reaching out to her former Senate colleague and the new Secretary of State, Marco Rubio, to try to open a dialogue with the Trump administration, which she believes is not only needed, but required under the Constitution. For Good Day Maine, I'm Greg Lagerquist. We'll see you tonight, starting on CBS 13 News, live at 5.